are doing a back to school series for all the girlies that are going back to university, college, secondary school, any academic institution. So that means you guys are going to be fed for the next 4 weeks with content for how to glow up ridiculously. We're going to be tackling the 4 sections: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Last week, I told you guys how to enhance your natural beauty and exude femininity to the point where you look scarily attractive and chic it girl back to school must-haves. But this week, we're tackling mental. All to do with your routine and your studying, how to become an academic weapon, all of that. In today's video, I'm going to help you make a productive it girl back to school routine. I'm Jessica Monet. Welcome back to my channel, and let's get right into it. So the first thing that you were going to do to start making this it girl back to school routine that helps you to be productive is that you are going to split your day into sections. We're going to time block our day and routine block our day. You might have a morning block, a school or work block, and then an evening block. And so in that morning block, you'll put in all the routines, all the habits that you want to do in the morning. And then in that work block, you're going to put in all the tasks that you have to do. And then in that evening block, you're going to put in everything that you're going to do to wind down, get prepared for the next day, to self-care yourself. You're just going to split the day into sections so that it doesn't look like an overwhelming list of things that you have to accomplish. When it looks like a never-ending list of things in just one big section, it is overwhelming and you don't want to do it. That's when procrastination kicks in, and that's when you start doing things like revenge bedtime and things like that, because you feel like you were shackled to this routine and that you can't escape it because it's too much and you just need to get that energy to get started. But that's not the case. You only have a couple things to do in the morning. And then we're going to tackle that for the morning. You're not going to think about your school routine, and you're not going to think about your evening routine. You're just going to think about the morning when you were at the morning. Same thing when you were at school, when you're at uni, when you're at college. You're going to think about your college routine. You're just going to think about the things that you need to tick in that moment in time because you were there. Okay, remain present, and this time blocking will be so efficient for you. The next thing that you're going to do to make a productive it girl back to school routine is that you are going to have 2 lists, okay? 2 daily habits / task lists. So you're gonna have one to begin with, and that one is gonna have every little single thing that you want to do in the day, every little single thing that you want to accomplish during the day that is part of your lifestyle. So working out every day, eating a specific thing every day, going to a particular place every day, things that are part of your lifestyle, you're going to put in this list. And you're going to make a second list, which is substituted versions of each of those things for when you have less energy and when you don't feel 100%. As women, during different times of our cycle, we just have more energy. And then during other times of our cycle, we just have less energy. So pushing ourselves to do the tasks that we usually do when we have high energy, which will probably be during the ovulation stage, when we have lower energy, so for example in our luteal phase or our menstrual phase, is not helpful. It makes you look at your lifestyle and your habits as a chore. And it also doesn't even promote reward in the discipline. I know that discipline is something that you have to have, and that discipline in itself is a reward, but that discipline is going to go away quickly when you feel like you don't have the energy to do something. That's why we need to have substitutes. So on the high energy version of your habit / lifestyle list, you will do the things that you usually do when you are at 100% or just as close to 100% as possible. The easiest way to do it is you do these things when you are in your ovulation phase, and there's another phase I'm forgetting, but in those phases, even if you don't feel like it, you have the energy to do it. In the lower energy times of your cycle and the lower energy versions of you will still be doing the habits, but a substituted version. So you're still getting that thing done. You're still keeping your habits. You are still having a healthy, active, whatever type of lifestyle, but maybe in a different form or even in a different order. I'm going to give you an example. Maybe on a high energy day, maybe when I'm feeling close to 100%, I don't really like working out, but this is something that I've set for myself because I want my body to be healthy and I want my body to be strong. So maybe in my ovulation phase, I might do spin cycling. I might do a spin class. every other day or 4 days a week. But then when I get into my luteal or menstrual phase, I won't have the energy to do that. I won't have the energy to do that, and I might not feel like it even more. So I might substitute that spin class for a Pilates class or like an incline walk. So I'm still active, I'm still moving my body, I'm still burning calories, I'm still doing all of that type of stuff, but in a lower energy form, something that isn't too excruciating to do when you already don't have that energy in the first place. The next thing that you are going to do in order to create your productive It Girl back to school routine is you're going to implement processes instead of goals, and you're also going to implement the 5-minute rule. So for example, if you have a goal to run 5K, okay, instead of the goal to run 5K, I would put in a process to build my endurance. And this helps you to form a habit rather than to be constantly working towards one goal, and then when that goal is finished, you just don't work towards it anymore. So this process is going to stay in my life, okay? I'm going to be building endurance. So instead of maybe building a kilometer every time I run, I'm going to be trying to build my endurance by running on a treadmill for 10 minutes straight. And then next week, I'm going to make it 15 minutes. And then the week after that, I'm going to make it 20 minutes. And I'm going to just keep building, keep building, keep building, keep building. Because at some point, I am going to be able to run 5K. But I also have improved my endurance. I've improved my endurance. And because I've inputted the process of improving my endurance and my habits, I have indirectly achieved that goal. And what you're going to implement into your processes to achieve goals is the 5-minute rule. And this is essentially when you don't feel like doing something, or when you feel like it's kind of long to get, to start working out now. I don't feel like it. I don't want to go out. I don't want to put on that video. I just want to lay in bed. I don't want to study. Do the thing you don't want to do for 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. If the 5 minutes is up and you feel like you don't want to do it anymore, then don't do it anymore. You've already gotten started. But 99% of the time, the thing isn't even that you don't want to do it. It's just that you cannot be bothered getting started. That is a procrastination issue, but you just forcing yourself to get started, and by focusing, doing 5 minutes of focused work, whether it be 5 minutes of focused workout, 5 minutes of focused studying, you were jumping over that hurdle of getting started, and you're probably just going to be in the zone. And I guarantee you, by the time that 5 minutes is over, you're just going to keep going. You're going to study, you're going to work out, and you're going to do that habit and achieve your to-do list because you just got on with it. You just got started. And that is what's going to help you be more productive, by doing the things you don't want to do just for 5 minutes. And then if you don't do it, at least you've made a start. If you continue, then you finish that task. You solidify that habit and you get things done. So the next thing that you are going to do in order to build a productive back to school It Girl routine is to replace your screen time. I'm not saying get rid of your phone. No. This is your process, okay? Getting rid of your phone is the goal, but the process is to replace the screen time. What are you gonna do? Instead of you maybe scrolling on your phone, find things to do where you can feed your dopamine receptors outside of your phone. One thing that I did during exam season, because my screen time was horrendous. Guys, I was averaging about 18 hours a day on my phone during the beginning of exam season. It was ridiculous. I had to change it. And so what I did was I bought a bunch of jigsaws. I love jigsaws. And so I bought a bunch of jigsaws, some 350 pieces, some 500 pieces, some 1,000 pieces. And instead of going on my phone, I did that. I bought some books. Instead of going on my phone in the morning, I read a book. So I'm still being creative. I'm still doing something that I like. I'm still feeding my dopamine receptors, but in a natural and healthy way. And those things are so much better for your brain. My brain isn't turning to mush anymore because I'm doing a jigsaw. I'm strengthening my brain. It's such a focused task. I'm bringing back my attention span, all of this type of stuff. It is so much better for you to replace your screen time, because then you don't look at your phone as this guilty pleasure. You just look at it as another thing that you can use in your free time. The last thing that you are going to do in order to make a productive It Girl back to school routine is to sleep early. I know you're uni students. I know you're college students. I know you're partying. I know you're outside. I know you that revenge bedtime. You're overwhelmed. You are about to be burnt out, and you just want to be on your phone. You just want to scroll aimlessly on your phone. You don't want to think, you don't want to do anything, you just want to, like a zombie. Let me tell you about this thing called sleep tax. You might think that you're gaining something by staying up late, by earning the hours that you got taken from you during the day in the evening, but you're going to have to pay for that eventually. There was literally a scientific study done on people who stayed up late during their 20s and those who went to bed early and on time each day during their 20s. And those who stayed up late during their 20s died earlier. They died earlier. You literally take years off of your life by not sleeping. And first of all, we spend half of our life sleeping anyway. So why not sleep well? Sleep well, do it properly. It is so beneficial for you. That is when your cells are being regenerated. That is when your brain is getting the rest that it needs. That's when your body does all of the stuff that it naturally does. If you want to get A's, you need to sleep well and you need to sleep on time. If you want to do well in your career, if you want a productive day, if you don't want to crash halfway through the day, you need to sleep well and you need to sleep on time. That is it for the first section of the video, and we're now going to enter into the second section of the video, which is the benefits of having a productive it girl routine. This is only for my girlies that actually want to be successful, that actually want to be academic weapons, that genuinely want to be so far ahead in life and just want to do well for themselves. When you have a productive routine, you have a solid lifestyle. Your body thanks you. Your mental state, your future self will thank you. When you establish things like sleeping on time, like the 5-minute rule, like processes instead of goals, like waking up and cycle syncing your habits, you are going to be such an informative human. Like, your goals are going to be that much easier to get because you are disciplined. You build discipline. You don't let how you're feeling dictate the way that you are going to operate. You get to show up for yourself 100% of the time because you have made accommodations for when you don't feel like you are at 100% at that time. And also, it allows flexibility. These productivity tips that I gave you allow you to be flexible while still achieving the goals that you want to get and by doing the things that you want to get done. And that is a feminine trait. You are going to be in your femininity whilst you're doing that, because you're not bulldozing and just pushing through it because you know you have to. No, I don't feel like doing a spin class today, so instead I'm going to do Pilates. I'm still exercising. I still took that off. I still have an active lifestyle, but I'm just not doing spin class. And that also helps you to look forward to your day. You're going to look at everything that you're doing as something that is adding onto your life rather than taking time away from your life. And being a productive it girl, having a productive it girl routine is what is going to make you prepared for everything. You're going to be prepared for that exam because you have had the rest for it, because you're going to have the energy for it, and because you were disciplined. The benefits that this routine, establishing a productive it girl routine, provide is that you are going to be productive. You are going to get things done. You're going to do everything that you tell yourself to do. And by you being disciplined, you show respect for yourself and respect for the things that you have said. You said you're going to do something and you do it for yourself. The third thing is you will defeat procrastination. This procrastination is not ever a good thing. It's never a good thing. You're wasting hours and times of your life bed rotting when you could be so much closer to your goals right now. You could have done that task an hour ago in 20 minutes, but because it's overwhelming to you, you're just wasting time trying to build up that energy that probably will never come for you to do that task. You are going to defeat procrastination with a productive it girl routine. And again, I'm only hitting positives. I'm not hitting any negatives. And now for the third section of this video, we are not having a movie or TV show character example. Instead, we're going to discuss what apps can make you a productive it girl. The first app that you are going to download is an app called Timetable. I use this app all the way through uni, and it is the best app you could have for scheduling and putting in your classes. I could not recommend this app enough. It is going to be so good if you want to be a productive it girl, and I'll talk more about this app on Friday's video, which is going to be how to become an academic weapon. But it has so many great features that can help with the academic side of things that I will talk about. It is great for seeing what things that you have for that day so that you can work around it in your daily routine and in your daily schedule. The second app that I'm going to recommend for you guys is going to be Clue. Chloe is a period tracking app, and it essentially lets you know what stage of the cycle that you're in, and it also lets you know when your period is coming. That way you will know when to use your high energy routine and when to use your lower energy routine, because you will know exactly what phase of your cycle that you will be at. So you'll be able to accommodate and make necessary changes to your routine to make sure that you're still getting your work done, but in a way that plays to your current strengths. And the last app that I'm going to recommend to you guys is Me Plus. This app is the best app for creating routine blocks. It has a medal system for when you complete your tasks, which is so good for a reward traditional conditioning part. And so essentially, if you do only 1 or 2 tasks on your list, you will get a bluey silvery medal. And if you complete all the tasks on your list for that day, you will get a gold medal. And the app has so much to offer. It has a section for exercise, it has a section for motivation, and also it has little self-help guides. It is such a good app, especially if you struggle with ADHD, with procrastination, with stress. It is so good. I cannot recommend this highly enough. And now for the last chapter of this video, which is the homework chapter, and I'm going to let you guys know what things you can do right now to establish and have a productive It Girl back to school routine. So the first thing that you are going to do and incorporate into your routine to make sure that your routine is productive and that it can fulfill the It Girl element while still going back to school is to have a protein heavy breakfast. Have 30 grams of protein in the morning, fairly close to the time that you wake up. If you find that you tend to struggle with remaining focused at around maybe 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 12 p.m., or you just find yourself crashing, your energy levels crash during the afternoon and you don't know why, have protein in the morning and I promise you that will help you. I tried it myself and I usually feel quite like just tired and not really wanting to be in lectures or in the class around 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. and this is usually for my longer uni days, but I find that having protein, so like eggs in the morning, really helped me stay awake. I don't know the science behind it. I'm pretty sure there is science behind it, but it definitely works. And this tip is especially crucial for those who have ADHD. The second thing that you're going to do right now, today, to make sure that you have a productive It Girl back to school routine is that you are going to sign up for a morning workout class. Why a morning workout class? I don't want to wake up that early. I don't want to work out in the morning. But babe, I'm telling you, if you work out in the morning, you are going to hack your happy hormone and you're basically just going to be on a high for the rest of the day. You set the tone for the rest of the day. Your heart is going to be pumping. You're going to be so hyped and you're going to be more focused when you exercise in the morning. And in the long run, if you incorporate this in your daily habits, into your lifestyle, and you become a more active person, you will be happier in return. The It Girl workout classes that I would recommend for you guys are Pilates, spin classes, and bar. And I would ask you guys just to focus on aerobic exercises and not anaerobic exercises. And the last and final homework tip that I'm going to give for you guys in order for you to have a productive It Girl back to school routine is for you to buy magnesium glycinate spray so that you can spray it all over your face or over your feet so that you can get better sleep. We already know that sleep is productivity. Do not play with me and do not play with yourselves. If you don't want to buy magnesium, you can just buy foods that are high in magnesium, tart cherry juice, and blend it and make a Sleepy Girl mocktail so that you are conked out like a light in an hour and you have a really good deep sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope that you got lots of wonderful tips for how to have a productive It Girl back to school routine, and I hope that you are literally making your list now. You're making your routine now. Uni is soon. Secondary school is starting back soon and you need to be on your game. You need to be able to be getting those A's. You need to be able to have the capacity to be focused, ready to learn, and also to build the dream lifestyle that you want. It starts now. And this routine is going to help you do that. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day and goodbye.